All right, Mr. Perez, how are you doing?
Just find yourself.
Oh, I'm doing okay.
That's good.
So the reason why you're here is for a compliance hearing.
Okay.
And probation is saying that you're not giving them certain information that they need. All right. Probation, is that still the case that you don't have specific information?
Judge, he just provided, I looked
Yes.
at some information that he provided. I'll make sure I get a copy of that and put it in his file. He also has information that he was in fact in the hospital. In the days that he did not report, so I'll make sure that that's in his file as well. We did a mental health evaluation, and although he did not meet the criteria for the mental health caseload, he did meet the criteria for the mental health initiative. And we would like to see about making sure that he is enrolled in that, as well as a previous condition that was already mandated by the court was he must attend and successfully complete treatment at Center for Healthcare Services. So we just want to make sure that he is continuing that treatment with the Center for Healthcare Services, and just he's admonished and make sure that he reports when he needs to report.
All right. So do you understand what
Yes,
they're
ma'am.
requesting?
Yes.
So you need to make sure that you attend. If there is some issue that pops up where you're in the hospital or there's some reason why you can't make an appointment, you need to let your probation officer know and provide documentation. You understand?
Yes.
Is there anything you do not understand?
I had brought documented proof of that I've been going to the CSI, or was it?
This-
My
Center for
officer.
Healthcare Services?
Yeah, that one, and I went to see my officer
Mhm.
several times, and I made payments, and so I've been doing that. I've been even going to anger management. I have proof of anger management.
All right, so here's the thing. The documentation you have that you're actually participating in classes, you need to make sure you give that to probation. They're saying that it's best for you to go to Center for Healthcare Services for mental health issues.
Yes.
Make sure you go,
Okay.
all right? And then when you attend, make sure you provide documentation, all right?
Okay.
And they're gonna put you with the mental health initiative, all right?
Okay.
That way, it will be someone who's aware of any type of issues you may have.
Okay, thank you.
All right, is there anything else you need from court?
No, that's it.
All right, probation, is there anything else? All right, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Kapmeyer.
And to get the bill.
Yes, oh, yes, submit the
I
bill.
think there's a bill.
All right, thank you.
Compliance hearing, it's gotta be some thing.
Okay, thanks. Have a good one.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. And thank you for dressing appropriately for court. All right. Joseph Kruger.
Judge, we're here on that. Mr. Kruger is in custody out of county. This is just a restitution issue following a bench trial.
And
As far as I've been able to discern, there is no restitution that Mr. Kruger owes to the alleged victims in those offenses.
That's my belief as well, Judge. It was mostly social security numbers and some other stuff like that.
all right. Probation on Joseph Kruger. Both the state and the defense are stating that no restitution is owed. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Like I said, he is in custody while he's dealing with stuff out there. He hadn't been able to make bond.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. We had a sentencing, but I'm gonna run down and we'll get it done this morning. I'm just bouncing all over the place today.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Judge.
All right, court is calling 2024 CR 5374 State versus Juan Eduardo Calleros. Can I have the parties announced for the record? State,
Ashley Jones for the state.
defense.
On behalf of Juan Eduardo Calleros.
It's not Calleros. There's the two L's are Y.
But it's.
I'm telling you, it's hard when you look at the name. I always, in my mind, I have to say, it's a Y, it's a Y.
Calleros.
Oh, I don't. Now I'm gonna mispronounce it. Are you Juan Calleros? Are you the same Juan Eduardo Calleros who's placed on deferred adjudication in 2024 CR 5374 for the offense of possession with intent to deliver controlled substance, penalty group 2, 1 to 4 grams on July 29th, 2024 for a term of 5 years. Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
State?
Yes, the state's gonna proceed on violation of condition number 1 on or about the 27th day of December 2024 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant Juan Eduardo Calleros committed the offense of terroristic threat in violation of condition number 1.
How do you plead to that, true or not true?
True.
State?
The state will waive the remaining violation.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 1? The court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, and sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. You need to say yes or
Yes,
no.
ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 1?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find violation of condition number 1 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
Your Honor, the agreement was to plead true to violation of condition number 1, and then we are going to go open to the court.
All right. Any witnesses?
No, Your Honor, except for Mr. Calleros.
All right, you want to raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Juan Eduardo Calleros.
All right, defense, you may proceed.
Not Mr. Calleros, not Calleros. Not clean one.
Yeah. go ahead.
You just pled true to the offense of terroristic threat, correct? Yes,
Oh, yes,
so that occurred back in December of 24,
yes, sir.
and who was the alleged victim in that?
My child's mother's, which is Haley Gomez. My,
Your child's mother is Haley.
yes,
And her mom is Tiffany.
Tiffany
What's Tiffany's last name?
Gomez.
Okay. Um,
So I'm sorry, who is the complainant in the terroristic threat?
Tiffany Gomez, his child's mom's.
The grandmother of your child?
Yeah, there
Okay,
you go.
Yes.
all right, thank
It
you.
would fit better. But while you're on probation, how are your UAs been coming out?
I've been clean,
Except,
except, is it June?
it's the month, August.
August, yeah, but that's when I first started, man. So they told me I was gonna come out dirty because I did used to smoke a lot. But ever since I've been coming out clean.
Have you completed any classes as part of
Yes,
your
parenting class.
Okay, do you have a certificate?
Yes.
But we do have a certificate for the course. You do.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
And once you made a bond on this motion to be voted, and the underlying misdemeanors that you had picked up, the reason for this motion, have you been on GPS?
Yes, I'm on it right now.
You want it right now? Have you had any issues since you made the bond?
No, I mean, no, sir.
Okay, you've been on full house arrest. You haven't even been able to go to work or anything. And you've been relying on,
Well, my savings and income tax.
okay, so the income tax.
Yeah,
Okay. And you're accepting responsibility for something that occurred back on the December 27th, 2024, correct?
yes, sir.
Okay, now, I'm looking at a probation report that your probation is asking to add a hostility management class.
That's
the-
fine.
Okay,
Mhm.
and then intensive outpatient treatment, which the probation, which was recommended back in January. of
Yes, and I
2025.
accepted it, but I was supposed to start the 25th, but she said to wait on it. I don't know why, but she just told me to wait on it.
And then they're also recommending having no contact with Tiffany.
Okay.
And Haley.
Hey, well, I can have contact either way because my CPS case is not over. So I'm going to like therapy and stuff for it until they clear me. That's when I could go back.
Okay, you're entering this Child Protective Services also?
Yes,
Okay, and then last night you emailed or texted me a copy of the report from CPS, correct?
yes, sir.
And Judge, he texted this report to me at 1:30. I printed it out and I left it on the counter.
That's okay.
So I don't have anything for you to read unless you want to look it up on my phone. And it's just progress, progress notes that he has seen a therapist, he has seen it twice. And they're just now beginning a treatment plan for him for anxiety and various mental health conditions.
Alright.
I can print that out if you'd like, but
No,
I had a copy.
any objection to the court reading from counsel's phone?
No.
I
objection, Your Honor.
printed it out and left it on the counter, Judge.
It happens.
What are you asking the judge for today?
To keep me on probation?
Continue on the further
Yeah,
adjudication?
yes,
Okay, and the deferred is important to you, why?
because, well, I have a permanent residence, I don't wanna lose, missing out on a citizenship.
You're a permanent resident alien,
Yes,
and have you talked to an immigration lawyer like yesterday?
yes, I did,
Okay. And they urged you to attempt to keep that deferred in place,
yes, sir,
and that if you were either convicted of this charge or the terroristic threat charge, it would affect your ability to stay in the country.
yes, sir,
You understood that,
yes,
and that was a lawyer out of Dallas.
yes. But they told me if I get a probation, it has to be less than a year, so,
On probation on the terroristic threat.
yes.
Judge, I have no more questions.
Any further questions?
Yes, Your Honor, just briefly. Hi, Mr. Calleros.
Uh,
So,
Excuse me, just 1 second. On the back row, we're on the record. If you all want to speak, you'll need to ask the deputy to move your client to the other end. All right, you may proceed.
back in July of 2024, you were placed on deferred adjudication probation for the possession charge, and then also an unlawful carrying of the weapon charge, right? And that was a firearm in that case?
Yes,
Okay. And you understood that for deferred adjudication, if you were to mess up, you would be subject to the full range of punishment
yes,
at that time.
Mhm.
And you understand that messing up is committing any wrong.
oh, yes,
And here you had two new offenses, is that correct?
yes, ma'am.
Okay. And we're proceeding on one, the terroristic threat. That terroristic threat, the basis of that, that was a firearm. Is that correct?
I mean, that's what they said, but there was no, let me see. It just, since, well, my girlfriend's mom, she knows that, like, my cases. So like, she don't really like me, so like, she'll try to do anything she can to put me in jail.
Okay. Does she not like you because her daughter shows up with bruises?
Well, that was the first time we ever got in a fight, but like, she just don't like me in general, I don't know why.
Okay. So it's Haley's fault or Tiffany's fault?
Well, I'm not saying it's their fault, because, I mean, I did hit her, so. It's just. Even before that, she didn't like me, so like, there's another reason for her to like not like me. So, yeah,
Do you think a reason for her not liking you could be that you have firearms in the home with her daughter and her daughter shows up with bruises?
that's just, she don't even know if I had like have guns in the house, just because she knows of my previous charges, she's assuming that I have it. And since that happened, like, she tried to like put that in there.
Well, you're aware that the police report says that she saw you with the firearm, is
Yeah,
that
but
correct?
I mean, I came out shirtless, shorts. I don't think I had a firearm on my shorts.
No further questions, Your Honor.
All right, anything else?
I have no follow-up questions, Judge.
Any objection to the court reviewing the court summary?
No, you don't.
Not from the state.
Do you have a copy?
Yes. They sent it by email, but I just don't review them until both
Sure,
parties
sure.
say they have no objection since it's hearsay. Probation. In this case, what is the recommendation? And it is Mr. Calleros.
Yes, Judge. According to the court summary, Judge, the recommendation is to include, to amend the conditions to include the no contact order with the victims, hostility management, and intensive outpatient treatment.
All right, so I'm going to explain something to you, sir. For this court, whether you are a citizen or not a citizen is not an issue for the court. So, for example, if someone before me was a citizen, and if I were to make the decision to continue them, I would continue them. If somebody before me wasn't a citizen, I wouldn't say, they're not a citizen, so I'm not going to continue them. Now, if they're in the country illegally, that may be something completely different because you're breaking the law. But your attorney has informed me that you're here legally. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. All right, and the court will note that you have completed the classes that I've required of you, and this is something completely different. I never ordered a no contact order because the case you're on is a drug case. And there was never anything that was presented to the court that there were some issues with violence. The court is finding violation of condition number 1 true. The court will deny the motion. Alternate main conditions to include the hostility force. There's going to be CPS compliance because I see Child Protective Services is involved. There's to be no contact with Mahala, Iris Gomez, or Dallas Gomez.
They messed up on his name. It's Dallas Calleros. I don't even, that's important. So,
All right, is
yeah.
Dallas the child?
Yes, that's my baby. He's 3 months.
All right, so here's my question with regards to contact with the child.
Mhm.
Usually in CPS cases state, CPS will allow for supervised visitation. I think the order should be changed to say that he is not to have any contact with the child without CPS supervision. So if CPS decides that he's not to have contact, they're not going to let him have contact. But if CPS were to do supervision, usually it's done at an office, and that's where they supervise. So, yes,
But they told me I can, but I have to have like my friend or somebody with me.
no,
Oh,
I'm
they
not doing
Oh.
that where you have to have a friend. The person who will be supervising is somebody from CPS. And that's based upon, I know you've completed the parenting classes, but obviously there's something that is not working with you, okay?
Okay.
So there's to be no contact with Mahala Gomez. And there's to be supervised contact by a CPS worker with, and what is your child's name?
Dallas Calleros.
All right, Dallas Calleros. And let me see. There is to be intensive outpatient treatment. All right, and with regards to the GPS, do y'all still want it full or you want to allow him to work?
We would make it full, Your Honor. The state's position.
They put the GPS on as a condition of the cases in County Court 13.
Mhm.
We are anticipating going over to County Court 13 and accepting responsibility for this term to take corrections for children. Between that and I'm assuming a dismissal on the assault, probably wouldn't go forward. The GPS, the original reason for the GPS would come off.
I think he should remain on some type of GPS. The only issue for the court is whether he should be allowed to work. Now, this stacks of cash that was laying on his desk, I don't know how much cash it was. It doesn't say it. Does anybody know?
The state does not.
I was told it was $500, Judge.
Oh, $500?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's just a lot of ones.
Well, let me add. Well, we know what a lot of ones usually mean. Nobody at the bank is handing out ones.
It just saved me from a long time because I would piggy bank and you roll them up, but like there's too many ones I don't want to roll up.
Oh, so you're saying this is not something you received from the bank. This is just you rolling up ones.
Well, like not like that. It just I put in the savings like that because I got to roll them up so they could fit.
Oh, okay. All right. That explains things. All right. So I'm going to order a GPS, waive fees, and it will be partial until further notice. And it's partial for employment and completion of CPS services. So CPS, if they are going to arrange visitation for you, it will have to be at their location. So I know he'll have to travel to that location to do it. All right. Is there, yes.
Also, I was trying to enroll in school, because my probation and my CPS, so my therapist, he told me there's this program called Project Quest. So I'm trying to see what I could do. I already applied for it, but I didn't have a birth certificate. So I had to go get one.
Well, I will tell you this. What I said was CPS compliance and that you're allowed partial GPS for employment and completion of CPS. So if that's something that CPS is requiring, you will be allowed to do that. However, you need to make sure you're in contact with your probation officer and letting them know. CPS says, I have to go to Project Quest. This is where it's located. This is the time I will be there. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And there's something else you need to realize. You're looking at 20 years in the prison. You understand? All right. Anything else from either side?
Not from the state, Your Honor.
Judge, I'm sure there is, but I can't think of it at the moment. I have no other questions.
All right, we can go off the record. Is there anything you need, anything you do not understand?
No, ma'am, I understand everything.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for addressing appropriately for
Thank you.
court.
Thank you for giving me
Probation,
this-
I'm sorry, just 1 second. Probation, is there anything else? All right, thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Jimmy Montalvo. Good morning. How are you doing? Oh, I cannot complain.
Almost ready.
Oh, yeah, tomorrow. So in this case, where are we on discovery?
I believe it's complete, Your Honor.
State, were you able to tender an offer?
Kind of.
Attempt-
There are
attempted.
there are two misdemeanors that are separate from these offenses. One of them has two complainants. I am trying to determine if we can contact the complainants. A victim contact letter went out a week ago. If the complainants have not responded within 2 weeks, then I'll be fine TICing that case for a plea on one of these cases.
All right, so this can come back for a plea deadline date, either the week of April 7th or the 14th.
Can I do the week of the seventh, please, Judge?
Ms. Ferguson, I need a plea deadline. State, is that enough time for you?
Should be enough time, Judge.
All right, Norma, if you can set this that Thursday of the 7th, the 10th. Yes. All right, April 10th is your plea deadline date. On that date, you need to let the court know whether or not you've reached an agreement. If you have not, your case will be set for jury trial. Any questions?
No, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
One
you.
more thing, Judge. We
Yes.
filed I received from the bond company an affidavit to restore the bond in each of our cases.
Okay,
So we were hoping to send that to the court for your approval.
all right, just 1 second. Does anyone have the copy of the affidavit to surrender surety? Yes. Counselor's saying the 10th is best for her, so the 10th. And State, do you have any objection? I haven't seen the reason the bondsman surrendered the surety to begin with, but do you have any objections? If there are no issues with that, to the court signing it?
Unclear because I haven't conferred with defense counsel about this issue yet.
All right, if you all to step back and confer. All right, thank you. All right, counsel for the state, do you have any objections?
If the bond company is willing to get back on the bond, state has no objection.
All right, and the court doesn't see where there was a court setting and he didn't show for it, so I'll sign the bond. Ms. Ferguson, if you can give him a reset form for the 10th. All right,
Thank you, Judge.
you're welcome.
Have a good one.
Terran, Trevino. How did your jury trial go? Hello.
Not guilty.
Oh, congratulations. All right, so on this case, the last time we were here was for discovery and then it was reset because you were in jury trial. So where are we on the discovery?
Believe that it's corrected now. I
Okay.
need to verify that, but we also have an offer today,
Okay,
and I need to visit with Mr. Trevino and make sure he understands everything.
all right, sir, how old are you?
I'm 30, I'm gonna be 32 in April.
Oh, well, happy soon to be birthday.
Thank you.
All right, so when is your birthday in April?
April 24th.
All right, so we'll make sure we don't put your date for that day. Council, I can bring this back the week of April 7th.
That will work, Judge.
All right, it can be the 7th, the 8th, or the 10th.
Listen. Do it on the 10th, Judge.
All right. All right, so your plea deadline date is going to be April 10th. If you're not able to reach an agreement, then your next setting will be a trial setting.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you for addressing appropriately for court. Just have a seat. And once you sign the reset form, you'll be excused.
Thank you. Mayor.
All right, have a good one.
Thank you, Judge.
Timothy Joseph Dean. Are you all ready to proceed on the motion to revoke? All right, come down, sir. All right, so what is going on?
Your Honor, good morning. We've had an opportunity, council and I have had an opportunity to confer this morning with regard to particular ideas that I'd like to talk to the board about.
Okay.
One of those ideas was ultimately to bring the director of a program that I'd like to talk to the board about. And I believe the director is certainly willing to come in. I had not talked to the director about his schedule. I will contact him as soon as I leave court today to see how quickly he can come in. I do know Mr. King, he will make every arrangement to try to come in at the court's
Okay,
discretion.
here's my question.
Monday, anytime next week.
I mean, we have Zoom, he can zoom in.
I
I'm
don't
fine
know
with
his-
that. He doesn't need to state, are you requesting that his witness appear in person?
No, Your Honor, and I spoke to the defense counsel about this, that I wouldn't be opposed to Zoom. I just don't know if they were prepared to actually have him in today or not. I'm okay with Zoom.
You wanna call your witness, because it appears that what you want to present to the court is information about a program. And I'm always open to hearing information about programs. So if you want to call your witness and see if they can zoom in, unless this is going to be a contested.
Well, Judge, none of this is contested. I can
Okay.
tell you, the importance of what certainly I'm dealing with his case here. He's got a case in County Court 6.
Mhm.
Judge, I'm dealing with a case in Guadalupe County. The gravity of all this is stemming from drug-related cases.
Oh, no. Here's the thing. I understand that. So just get the Zoom link from Ms. Ferguson and I will hear everything. The state and defense counsels will tell you, I keep an open mind about everything. So it appears that this is not a contested hearing, and when it's not contested, that means that somebody's going to plead true. And then you want to impart some information to me about maybe what a program would be great for him. I'm willing to hear it. So you can see if your witness can zoom in and I'll hear it.
Let me see if, what is the court schedule if he could possibly be here at 1:30 in person? I'm
Okay.
always a proponent of shaking somebody's hand as opposed to doing it by phone.
Oh,
if
no,
he's
his
able-
video will be here.
I understand,
Yeah.
Judge. You understand.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. All right, then
If you
let's
can
step
be-
back and see.
If the court is holding a 1:30 docket, I don't know what your schedule is like.
Oh,
Judge,
we
but,
are always here.
uh,
All right.
Let me see what his schedule is like, Judge.
All right, thank you. Thank you. All right, Christine Garcia.
We're ready.
All right. Oh, you're on this side,
I thought
counsel.
so, but I wasn't.
How are the Magnolias doing?
It has received a nitrogen and iron supplement. It sounds like a baby, but it's supposed to help it. But I don't know why. I think that this period of time, I don't know whether I'm not putting enough water on it or what, but I'm starting to see some brown on the leaves.
Well, you know what? I don't think anybody was expecting it to be 46 degrees this morning, but
I will.
yeah. All right. Court is calling 2022 CR 2843 State versus Christine Marie Garcia. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state
Jason Garrett, Your Honor.
defense?
John Young.
And are you Christine Marie Garcia?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the motion to revoke community supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you the same Christine Marie Garcia who was placed on community supervision in 2022 CR 2843 for the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, 1 to 4 grams on June 28, 2022 for a term of 3 years. Is that you?
Yes, Your Honor.
State?
Yes, Your Honor. Violated condition number 4 in Bear County, Texas. The defendant Christine Maria Garcia within and there failed to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of October 2024, November 2024, December 2024, and January 2024, in violation of condition number 4.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
Your Honor, one amendment, I think that was January of 2025.
Oh, you're correct.
Okay.
2025. Got on a roll there. Thank you.
All right. How do you plead to that? True or not true?
We'll waive the remaining violation.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 4, the court could find it true, grant the motion, and sentence you to 3 years in the prison and up to $1,000 fine? Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 4?
Yes.
And I'm sorry, counsel, are there any objections to the state's waivers?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Then the court will find violation of condition number 4 true.
Just a second, Judge. Mr. Young, could you,
Oh, I didn't realize. that.
your hand's running over the mic.
Okay.
I
Sorry.
didn't realize
Just
that's what
like-
it was.
All right. Is there a proposed agreement?
There is, Your Honor.
Yes.
To revoke the individual offer of community supervision, reform the underlying sentence of 3 years to 2 years in the Texas Department of Corrections.
That is our agreement, Your Honor.
Are you asking the court to follow that agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you waiving your right to appeal?
Yes.
All right, the court will follow your agreement. The court will sentence you to 2 years in the prison. Probation, was the restitution paid to the laboratory for drug testing? There's $1,000 fine, $171 to the Bear County Crime Lab for testing. Give you credit for any time served. And I'll request the therapeutic community. We're off the record. I ordered the therapeutic community. I'll state you may be excused. I ordered the therapeutic community. That's just to help you maintain your sobriety. I cannot force you to be in that program. I cannot force the prison system to put you in that program. I have no jurisdiction, but they'll see that I'm requesting it. It's a good program and it can help you out.
Your Honor.
Yes.
She completed SATIC, has 119 days credit on that, and she has been in custody 63 days.
Did she successfully complete that?
I believe
Program?
she did, Your Honor.
Probation, was that program successfully completed? SATIC, successfully completed? No, I will not give you credit for that.
She did complete the program, Your Honor. She just didn't complete the aftercare.
No, I'm not going to give credit.
And I will also mention that the taking her off the aftercare program is because she self-admitted that she had used opiates. It was not in her analysis.
All right, I'm not going to give you credit for that.
And,
All right, thank you. Right. So the last time we were here, there were some issues with Discovery body cam. and
Yes,
that.
Judge, and I've received, I believe, all the discoveries that was in the state's possession, including the CPS report. We've also received an offer today related to my client. We need some time to.
All right, how old are you, sir?
I'm 22, ma'am.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can I have a 30-day reset for a plea deadline date? All right, your plea deadline date will be April 21st. On that date, if you do not reach an agreement, you will be set for jury trial. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you for addressing appropriately for court.
Thank you.
All right, just have a seat. Your attorney will give you a reset form. Once you sign it, you're excused.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. And state on that case, if you all could sign an acknowledgement of discovery.
Yes.
Darren Fish. Good morning, where's your client?
Not here.
Okay, let me see something.
He's all signs of the case in 11, and he's not there yet.
Okay. All right, let me just pull him up in the system. Deputy Laura, could you make an announcement for Darren Anthony Fish, please?
I just did, Your Honor, he is not out there.
Okay. All right, the court is calling 2025 CR 0000909, State versus Darren Anthony Fish. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Megan Galloway for the state.
Al Simpson, Mr. Fish.
All right, this hearing is scheduled at 9 a.m. It is now 10:21 a.m. The defendant has not answered docket. Deputy Laura, did you make an announcement for the defendant?
Yes, Your Honor, I did. He is not out there.
Defense, have you had in contact with your client?
Not since the last court date, but we have.
All right. State?
We're requesting a bond forfeiture, Your Honor.
All right, let me see here. All right, we're gonna go off the record for a moment. All right. The court will issue a judge's warrant and remand him without bond. If he makes an appearance, the court will reconsider.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, is there anything else?
No, Judge.
All right, thank you.